Yeah. So this saying by Saint Teresa of Avila, I think that's correct, where she says, "And the feeling remains that God is on the journey too." I now completely understand what that means or what she's saying. Excuse me. And this is something I forgot to share in my personal share update. Yeah, and it feels the most profound, and yet I completely forgot to share it. It's so after post Makara in the Kundalini process, you know, basically somebody's post Makara, and they've been on the well, there's an event that happens anyway. It's post Makara is the upper processing. And what happens is when people pass that Makara point, it's like everything in the outside world begins to drop, like their seeking drops, any interest in external grasping and seeking and all of that, and looking tends to drop. And they want to be like real quiet and turn within. And for me, that was an absolute stage, and it was almost like night and day. It was like the next day. I had the Makara experience, which was to me, it was so beautiful and profound. Um, and then it was like, I don't need anything out there, no more classes, no more people, and you just start turning in. And and that's beautiful. But now that turning in has reached like a whole new level, and I think it has to do with this beingness having more access to your beingness. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying. But when like an enough mental and emotional um what is the word stuff shit has been cleared away, and soul is no longer in the middle. I know I'm not making sense. Anyway, what's happening is it's like the monadic self now has a clear pathway, and there is like all it wants to do, and I really feel this in meditation, is it wants to keep folding back on itself. And so like in meditation, nothing makes me, beingness, consciousness, more excited and fascinated with myself than folding back on myself. It's like really that's all it wants to do. And I can feel, I know this sounds strange, I can feel its fascination with itself. And all it wants to do is keep folding back on itself. I mean, you know, I would probably be in meditation all day because that's what it is. It seems as if the God in me is still on the journey and it's fascinated with what it's discovering. Even though it knows everything, it, it, it is everything, it's still, it's like the waves that keep, like the swells, more like the swells in the ocean that just come up and they come down and it keeps returning to itself. And that's, I can feel the love for itself. It's so weird. It's weird to have a personality and a mind witnessing this. I don't know who's witnessing what. But that feeling of even God is on the journey, that's what I feel like she may have been talking about, that my true self just wants to keep turning in on itself, that the outer world is beautiful and fascinating, but nothing's more fascinating than itself. Yeah. It, it's continually rediscovering itself. And it's like, okay, I know everything, it knows everything, but I'm going to rediscover it again through this vehicle. And it's fascinated with itself. I know how silly this may be sounding, Um, but yeah, and it's this whole uh, yeah, I was going to say something about, the ocean is that whole seeking energy. Like in the beginning of the journey, you have a seeking energy and you don't quite know what you're seeking for. I know at least one person has said that to me recently. I know I'm seeking something, but I don't know what it is. Well, it's the consciousness within you, that little spark, that little wave that knows it's the ocean, but has forgotten, right? And it keeps and it keeps like reaching out into the world to find something. And that seeking energy, because it's forgotten itself, it hasn't recognized itself yet as the ocean. It's like the waves that come up and they crash on the sand and then they kind of fizzle and go back out. That's that seeking energy. But the moment this little wave catches a glimpse of itself as the ocean, oh my God, it's going to recognize, oh, I have to really go inwards and I have to keep looking at myself. I have to keep look. So that's the start. I don't even know what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. But anyway, God appears to be on the journey too. It's fascinating to to think, to experience that your mind body vehicle, your personality, I don't know, maybe not, is the vehicle for God discovering itself. I mean, it's so profound, isn't it? Okay. Or maybe not. Maybe I've gotten it all wrong. Okay, all for now.